Good afternoon, I'm Susie Gutierrez.
And I'm Morgan Dixon. Today on Fresno State Focus, we'll be talking about how students can keep their bikes safe.
Plus, students are preparing for their week off in April, and lounging at home is the last on the list.
But first, we'll explore clubs on campus and what they have to offer.
Life on campus is more than just going to class. Avani Alexander tells us there's something for everyone to get involved in.
For more than 100 years, Fresno State has been the home to over 250 clubs and organizations on campus. From sports and recreation, to religion and politics, to even sororities and fraternities.
It's a wonderful feeling. You have sisters that are there for you all the time, and it's a lot of networking, so it helps.
While all of these clubs and organizations do exist on campus, the question is, are they beneficial in making your college experience something to remember?
Not only meet different people and different types of people, you also get involved in, networking is very serious in college, and you also get to network with different types of people, not just at Fresno State.
The Division of Student Affairs office, located in USU Room 306, is not only a service to organizations already established, but a service to help students who choose not to join a club, but to start their own.
It's a great way to get connected, meet new people, meet people who have similar interests as you. To network potentially with other professional organizations or alumni that may have been affiliated with the organization when they were here as Fresno State students, especially if it's connected to your major. It's a great way to kind of get out there and get your foot in the door.
For many students, college is a chance to branch out, start your career goals. With clubs and organizations, it's also a chance to meet new people and start memories of a lifetime.
Talk to somebody that's in the organization that you want to join and see how they feel about it. And if you feel the same way, then I feel like you should pursue, that organization.
Avani Alexander, Fresno State Focus.
The Fresno State Foundation has a non-credit English learning program for international students. Masaki Mariah explains how the American English Institute helps make life easier for international students on campus.
The American English Institute is celebrating its 40-year anniversary. Program Director Shirley Chen says AEI helps improve the quality of life for international students on campus.
This program is what's called an intensive English program. So we actually provide full-time English instruction for international students. So we actually can get a student visa and come here just for their English studies.
The courses help students to improve their communication skills to prepare students for academic study at U.S. colleges or universities.
It's a good way to help them adjust. A lot of them want to be Fresno State students. We're kind of friendly, small, so it makes it so they have a kind of a transition from their home countries instead of just coming here and becoming Fresno State students. So it's kind of a cushion.
The program also sponsors field trips, social and cultural events as part of classworks.
I've learned a lot of stuff, and mostly is that I can become friends with anyone I want, anywhere around the world, and it has been a real fun experience being in AEI.
Since a professor established this program in 1972, it grew over the last 40 years. There are only 5 Japanese students at the beginning, but now they have about 40 to 50 new students coming in each semester. Recently, some local student volunteers to be assistant teachers to help this program succeed. Misaki Moria, Fresno State Focus.
Most Fresno State students dread presenting in front of their peers, but elementary students flooded the campus for the 54th Annual Peach Blossom Festival to do just that. Rudy Rendon is on campus with the story.
Fresno State has been the host of many performances throughout the years, and for 2 days it set the stage for young stars in the making.
There are many stages across campus where students from all over the valley come to perform, the biggest of which is the John Wright Theater, where family and friends gather to see their young stars shine bright.
Over 6,000 elementary students from 200 schools across the Central Valley attended the event, all of which were anxious to perform. And for festival director Stacy Mimura, their performances all go towards a common goal.
We just want the students to leave having a rewarding experience here at the Fresno State campus. We want them to have had fun doing their performance, to feel almost empowered that they were able to get up on a stage. 1st
through 6th graders performed and brought various skills and experiences to the stage. And while it takes months to prepare, students like Veronica Regalado loved being the center of attention.
I like to do the title because I think I have a loud voice and I love to be up there by myself.
In between performances, students enjoyed a campus tour while grabbing autographs from athletes in the face of Fresno State timeout. But for parents like Christina Marietta, the opportunity to be on campus meant much more.
It actually gets them on a school campus and encourages them to go to college. You like this, then work harder and you could be here. You can go here.
With another festival in the books, students head back to school to practice another performance that can lead them into stardom. Rudy Rendon, Fresno State Focus.
Students at Fresno State get a chance to audition for a new a cappella group. Millie Lill tells us more about this group and how they began.
Resisting Arrest, that's the name of the new a cappella group at Fresno State. The group gives students of all majors an opportunity to audition at the beginning of every semester. Joe Mariano is the student leader and conductor of Resisting Arrest. He says it was an idea he and 2 other members came up with during Dog Day orientation last fall.
We were asking around seeing whether or not our school had one, and we found out that they didn't.
Resisting Arrest has 18 members. Their majors range from pre-nursing and psychology to music and chemistry.
I'm here in the Music Building's foyer where the new a cappella group Resisting Arrest practices every Wednesday afternoon. Many of the students passing by get a chance to hear them sing contemporary pop music.
Members say they enjoy being part of Resisting Arrest. Some say they use that as an escape from reality, others to sing something besides opera.
Being able to go from opera to learning how to be the instrumentation rather than the lead singer, it's really different, and I enjoy that aspect of a cappella.
The a cappella group is freaking awesome.
And some want to record a CD and take it a bit further.
Between Ellen and if Oprah was still doing her show, it's probably a tie between those two. Rachel Ray's kind of in 3rd place.
Mariano says people interested in becoming a member need to love music, have great attitude, and be ready to work. For now, Resisting Arrest is practicing for their upcoming spring concert. Mili Leal, Fresno State Focus.
This spring, students must secure their bikes with heavy-duty locks or risk having them stolen. Michael Robles has the story.
At Fresno State, University campus police say that more than 175 bikes were stolen last year.
It's probably my fault because I had kind of I think it was a 10mm cord, and that was the only thing I had. So, I mean, you're supposed to have a U-lock.
University police suggest getting a heavy-duty lock like this because chances are this one won't be stolen. If you use a cable lock, you're practically giving your bike away. Many bikes are recovered, but the majority are unclaimed.
I've had a couple bikes stolen, so I was very mad. I wanted to do several things, but I couldn't really do anything about it.
Monica Nielsen, dispatcher with the University Police, says they actively investigate all crimes and use all resources necessary to solve crimes or recover property. Thieves walk onto campus with bolt cutters, searching for bikes that are secured with cable locks. Nearly every bike rack on campus has a lone tire, bike frame, or just a dangling lock. Evidence that if you don't secure the bicycle well, you'll be walking home instead of riding. University police would like students to get a bicycle license tag. The tags are registered with the California law enforcement system, which identifies the bicycle should it be stolen. Students should report suspicious subjects and activity to the police department by calling 278-8400 or send a text message to Tip Now. Michael Robles, Fresno State Focus.
Life on campus isn't just about going to class. Students are getting involved in more activities. Here's how local band is at Fresno State.
Fresno State has a variety of involved students. There's the athletes, the fraternity and sorority members, and then there's Alex Ayala Guzman. Alex is a psychology major with a minor in music. He started playing guitar when he was 8 years old and writing his own music when he was 15. Alex started a band in Fresno called Les Zaire, or in Spanish, Les Zaire. Les Zaire is a bilingual band. Alex says the band doesn't have a specific genre, but can best be described as alternative rock. The band came together 3 years ago when Alex walked into an open mic night, where he met Saul Aguilar and Paul Harris. Saul is the band's bass player, and Paul is the drummer. Saul was the manager at the bar where the open mic night took place.
It was like our first open mic, and he came in, and I think it was just him playing. No one else showed up for the open mic competition.
Saul says Paul happened to be there that night, and the band Lazaire was formed. Now that you know a little bit more about the band, Alex Ayala Guzman is here to tell us more. Hi, Alex.
Hey, how you doing?
So, something I'm sure our viewers are very curious about, where did you get the name Lazaire?
Well, actually, I was trying to find a good band name, and there were all these other bands that had these great names, and I couldn't figure anything out. So I just basically wrote down my name, and then I started pulling down letters and a list and making this list of names based out of my name, and Lazaire was one of the ones that came out to be, and it so happened to be actually it means flower of the island, and it's an actual parish in Great Britain. I didn't know that until later.
That's really interesting. Another thing I noticed on your tracks, they're interesting names. Where do you get the inspiration to write your songs?
Well, mostly it's like personal things that happen, if I see a story of somebody, a friend of mine that went through a rough patch or something, and I get inspirations from that. So it's basically life events, mainly life events, and that's what I get the inspiration from.
And one thing that's very interesting, you're a bilingual band.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to be a bilingual band?
Well, I'm from Mexico originally, and I started writing songs in Spanish. So when I moved to the States, it's the mainstream alternative rock and all that, and it's mostly English, and I don't think there's any other bands around that actually do what we do. So that's why I decided, well, why not, introduce Spanish to the English speakers, and then the English songs to the people that already, talk English and want to, know Spanish too.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem.
Last Saturday, hundreds of students and community members filled the Satellite Student Union to be motivated. Giovanni Patricia has the story.
This rainy Saturday morning, hundreds of students and community members have filled the Satellite Student Union to attend a student-led movement conference, Motivate. Coordinators said Motivate is created to inspire and motivate Latino students with their higher education.
Background of this event, it was inspired by the dropout rates that are facing the Central Valley and the Latino community.
20 students have been involved in the event planning since summer 2011.
Well, this is a completely student-led event. Nobody is receiving any sort of financial support from their involvement, and students are investing an exceptional amount of time to put this together for our community.
Founder Lucerito Salgado said a series of programs like Outstanding Student Recognition to Success Panel have been arranged. Motivational speaker Maria Marin has also been invited to the event. Motivate turned out to be a success.
It has been successful, and the reason why is because we were able to motivate and inspire other students to continue with their education. And just hearing the inspirational stories with the speakers, and having Maria Marin, which is a motivational speaker, that is her job, is just amazing. And having the people over here join us and just have a Saturday for them to come to the conference, it means a lot.
Although it has been raining since this morning, but many people still attend the conference. Committees, coordinators, and guests are motivated. They are now looking forward to the series of workshops that will be held after this event. Giovanni Patricia, Fresno State Focus.
Coming up, we'll hear from students and what they're doing for spring break. But first, Lavon tells us how the freshman baseball players are doing this season.
Thanks, Susie. The boys this year may be young, but we'll see how they're keeping up with their competition.
Health, beauty, glamour, serenity, Arbonne. Pure, safe, beneficial. Health. Beauty.
To some, it is where you start.
Glamour.
To others, it is where you finish.
Serenity.
But to the true competitor,
Arbonne.
it is how you get there that matters.
Pure.
Innovate
safe,
yourself, because the will to
beneficial.
win is important, but the will to prepare is vital.
Many Fresno State athletic teams are noticing a decline in attendance this semester. However, the baseball team has kept one fan coming for 35 years. Monica Rivera tells us more.
Fresno State baseball fans at Pete Biden Field are known for their spirit and love of the game, but some fans stand out among the rest. Inman Perkins is one of those all-star fans who has been attending Fresno State baseball games at Pete Biden Field since 1977.
What happened was that 3 baseball players surrounded me and said, "You have to come to a game." So we came out to the game. And about the 3rd inning, my wife starts giving me the elbow. Go do a cheer. Go do a cheer. I said, "Are you crazy? Nobody does cheers at baseball game." So she kept it up. So about the 4th, 5th inning, I said, "Okay." So I got up and I did bulldog spell out on the third base side. The whole baseball team came out of the dugout. And that was it. I've been here ever since.
Inman's dedication to the Fresno State baseball team has not gone unnoticed. He captures the attention of fans and players from opposing teams with his energy and enthusiasm.
Really, I've never seen fans like this in any other program. He was up on the doing his thing, and it was just unbelievable.
Head coach Mike Batesole says Inman gives his team inspiration to fight for victories.
Inman's fantastic. There's no doubt about it. We can hear him and we can feed off it. Every time he gets them going, we get going.
Inman has been a part of many memories for Fresno State baseball and plans on sticking around for more. Monica Rivera, Fresno State Focus.
The Diamond Dogs can hear the cheers in the midst of a long line of home games. Jose Alvarez tells us how hearing the home crowd is exactly what the team's young players need.
A team with more freshmen than seniors and an overall record near 500, yet they're able to beat a nationally ranked Stanford team? Exactly what is the identity of these Diamond Dogs?
The identity of this team is, that's a good question. We were definitely on that day. We just have to keep on bringing that same mentality just when we beat Stanford.
Keeping that mentality is what Coach Mike Batesole wants his young team to bring, but he understands it's a learning curve, and at times, mistakes will be made.
That's how it is when you're young, when you run 5 freshmen out there as we did last week. That's going to happen.
Here's an example of what Coach means. After freshman Tyler Temple hits this single down the field, he is easily thrown out trying to steal second base on the next play. Temple still played a solid game, going 2 for 3 in the win versus Bakersfield. So what's the remedy for a young, inconsistent team? How about an entire month of home games? In the month of March, the Diamond Dogs only have 1 road game. Coach Batesole is hoping all the home games will do wonders for his team.
That gets them a little more comfortable, and if we can get them playing well and get them comfortable, they can take the show on the road.
Anytime we're at home, it's good. The crowd's great, the atmosphere is always great, and it helps for us to get a win.
But even if they're not home, freshman players can count on their upperclassmen to be there for them.
You just gotta guide them, just help them out if they need help them out, talk to them, just give them support. I mean, that's what team is. We're family.
And this family looks to get it together before conference play starts on April 5th against Hawaii on the road. Jose Alvarez, Fresno State Focus.
The women's basketball team had a very successful season this year, but it didn't happen without a lot of hard work.
It was a really different team this year because I've played the last 4 years and this is just a really different team, and I think Coach Wiggins got them together like a lot differently, and they're a lot more fun and bubbly, and and I think that helps them.
So
They never give up. They're always on the floor. They're always, going after those balls. And no matter what, no matter any circumstance we come across, we never gave up.
I don't think a loss is a good loss, but I think losing some games helped us along the way to realize that we're a better team than what we think we are.
We're going to continue to work on our rebounding. Our free throw shooting greatly improved over the WAC tournament, but that wasn't that way all year. Some strengths that we've shot the ball really well. Offensively, we're very efficient. We share the ball. A lot of different players can score and have scored, and I think defensively we've covered really well this year.
Today we have one of the players from the women's basketball team, forward Rachel Picado. Thanks for stopping by, Rachel.
You're welcome.
What was it like being on the team?
It's really fun being on the team. I mean, although at times it can get really stressful because that's all we do. The coaches keep like a really positive outlook on everything, and it's also nice to win and like be recognized on campus for that. So it's fun being on the team.
So what is your reaction to what happened at Georgetown on Sunday?
I mean, I wasn't there, but I watched on TV, and it was just kind of heartbreaking because we came back from a 25-point deficit, and we were like 7 for 21 on threes, and we're like a 3-point shooting team, so it was kind of just like upsetting to watch that was the reason we couldn't pull it off, especially coming back from such a deep deficit, I guess.
Right. And how much of your time did basketball take up?
Basketball takes up our whole life. Like,
really?
Yeah, basically, if we're not in practice, we're weightlifting. If we're not weightlifting, we have 6 hours of study hall a week that we have to get done. If we don't get it done, we get in trouble. And so basically, basketball is a 24/7 thing. It's basically my job.
So you don't have a life outside of basketball?
Not really, no. I mean, it's different this year because I transferred here, but no, you don't have a life outside of basketball. Basketball is your life.
And do you guys have any traditional ways to prepare for games?
Yeah, when we come down like the hallway, everyone will like bang on the walls and stuff, and there's a whole bunch of barking going on and a whole bunch of stuff just to get everyone hyped up, and I guess just running through the little foam.
Is it like a tunnel?
Tunnel thing, yeah.
Oh, okay. What do you think the team should have done differently on Sunday then?
I think when our threes weren't falling, we should have drove more, and even if we drove, look to kick out, because eventually our threes were going to hit, but I think we were just kind of rushing some shots, and we didn't necessarily take the greatest looks that we could, because I think everyone was kind of flustered with the fact that we were down 25 and came back. So I think if we just would have taken our time more and taken better shots, it would have been a different game.
Okay. Well, we've been talking with Rachel Picado, a player from the Fresno State's women's basketball team. Dance clubs on campus aren't just getting the newest moves down, they're also making a difference in the community. That's next.
Are you tired of being called a stinky old man? If so, you need Young Spice, the deodorant that refreshes and rejuvenates the inner and outer you. Are you feeling too old to get hot girls to go out on dates with you? Well, spice up your swag and confidence with Young Spice. Young Spice leaves you feeling and smelling like the spicy young you that you really are. The women will be begging you for that spicy heaven. So Young Spice it!
Have you been feeling a bit stressed out lately? Are money problems starting to take their toll? Is your family life falling short of your expectations? Is the weight of the world beginning to crush your soul? Well, give hard alcohol a try. You'll be glad you did. Warning, brain damage and legal problems are likely to occur.
From two-stepping to class or pop-locking to practice, this dance club is making waves on campus. BDX Dance Express president, Maikisha Tresvant, joins us today. How are you doing today, Maikisha?
Hi, Morgan. I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing really good. Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
So I want to start off by asking you, what do you guys do at BDX?
It's a world full of dance. We dance, 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 and dance. But we do more than just dance. We also do community service for our local Fresno family.
So there's a lot of different clubs on campus that offer dance. Mm-hmm. What makes yours special?
The most important thing that we embody is that we do more than one type of dance. We do hip hop, we do cultural, we do spiritual, and we do lyrical just as much. So we are trained from hip hop to ballet to praise dance in church to contemporary pieces.
Do you think it's important for dancers to be well-rounded in dance?
I do believe so, because people normally dance but based on the way that they feel. So if you have different genres, then you can do whatever.
So I know you guys do community service and stuff like that. Why do you think it's important to give back to your community?
The most important thing is this is where I was born and raised, and somebody did the same for me, so it's like a never-ending cycle, and it's a positive cycle. So we need to continue to give back, because a lot of people don't have the opportunities that we do have, especially for college.
Mm-hmm. But what does dance mean to you?
Oh my God, it's everything. I feel like it's the best way to express yourself in life.
Okay, that's really good, Mykesha. So I know you're graduating this year. How do you feel about that?
I'm extremely sad, but I think the best part is being able to come back in a few years and hopefully come back and see BDX is still on campus.
Do you see the future going bright for them?
Yes.
Even though you'll be gone?
Yes, they are so excited, and I have full trust in them.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Mykesha, for joining us today.
Thank you.
That was BDX founder Mykesha Trezevant joining us today.
Spring break is approaching, and Fresno State students have some fun activities and trips planned. Ariel Von Flew has the details on just what students are doing.
The halls, classrooms, and campus are going to be deserted in just a couple of weeks. It's almost time for one of the biggest holidays for college students, spring break. And many Fresno State students have big plans. Alec Cano is doing something new with friends this year.
This spring break, I'm going to be writing a film with a friend, actually. It's going to be a comedy. It's something new that we plan on trying.
Cano says he and his friends hope to finish the video before spring break is over. Some students are going to have the typical spring break experience and plan to party at Lake Havasu with the Summer-Winter Action Tour, also known as SWAT.
Partying.
Partying
the whole time.
Yes.
Being in our bathing suits the whole time,
Students aren't the only ones looking forward to the break from classes. Sociology professor Dr. Linda Vang says she's going to take it easy during spring break.
To relax and just kind of mellow out and just relax and meditate, probably do some reading, probably catch up on some work related to classes.
For students who are wanting to do more with their spring break besides just party, Fresno State offers an alternative spring break, where students can help volunteer and clean up a local park. The Alternative Spring Break program is run by Melissa Watkins. Watkins says they accept 20 students into the program. It runs for 3 days, and students will participate in beautifying the park, playing sports with kids, and putting on a carnival. Quigley Park is the site of this year's cleanup and is one of the most used parks in Fresno. Ariel Von Flew, Fresno State Focus.
Well, spring break is just around the corner. What do you have planned to do, Lavon?
I'm going to go back home. I'm originally from Long Beach, so I'm just going to go back and visit family. What are you going to do, Susie?
I'm thinking of going snowboarding up at Mammoth Lakes. I don't know.
Wow.
Maybe.
Is it still snowy?
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Thanks for watching Fresno State Focus.
Tune in next week for stories on Fresno State's best-kept secret, the floral shop.
For all of those here at Fresno State Focus, I'm Morgan Dixon.
And I'm Susie Gutierrez. See you next time.